Fine, just stay warm up here in Wisconsin.
Been pretty chill. Good evening, everybody. I done switched back to clicking on my shortcuts, cause trying to do it fancy was getting on my nerve. How y'all doing this evening? Um, tonight's price action recap almost didn't happen. Firstly, because of fuzzy little trolls in the chat. Um, we had a few fuzzy little trolls in the chat, so tonight's price action almost didn't happen. And then I was sleeping. I was taking me a nap, cause I had insomnia last night. I couldn't sleep, and I was up late. I ain't getting to bed until like 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning, and I had to be right back up at 9 to do tape reading with the boot camp. Speaking of the boot camp members, tonight at 8 we doing the blocks. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all. While we're oh yeah, let me do this and then I'll get into this right here. All right, let me do this and then I'll get to this. Good evening. If this is first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome, but give you a nice hearty well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. Just like all the kind people that has those fancy little badges that says they've been in the gang for over 2 years. Oh, I appreciate you. Yes, I do. You are appreciated. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., aka Aranya Grande. That's just Big Spot if you don't hablo Espanol. And you are in tune to another episode of Intraday's Price Action Recap. Yes, sir. Now, before we get into the price action recap, we have a boot camp session. What's going on, Don? What's going on, Jim, over there in the Discord? We have a boot camp session tonight, and we are covering the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up. And I forgot to where is it? There it is, right there. I forgot to save this as a PDF and share it in the folder. So, y'all bear with me for just 1 second while I do this. Alright. Why am I not signed in? Okay, there it is. Alright. Get out of the way. Mentorship. Hey, where's my... Wait a minute. Am I tripping? Why can't I see this? Is this some kind of weird sorting? Okay, boot camp. Okay. All right, some kind of weird sorting going on that other thing. Bootcamp PDub. All right, so now got that in there, and bootcamp members inside the Zoom links folder, right? Pinned at the top is where you can find the link for the slides. I was putting it on the Zoom invitation, but people was having issues with it. So to eliminate those issues, I pinned inside the Zoom links channel. Pinned to the top is the Google Drive link to have access to the slides, right? And I saw people saying that they wasn't getting notifications. So the inside Zoom links, we have the Zoom links in there, right? And then the replay links is where the replay is going to be for whatever video we did. If it's a tape reading or a lecture, it'll be in the Zoom links. If it's the replay after it's over, it'll be in the replay links channel. Now, that's all squared and hashed away. Let's get into the, oh, I ain't see who was here, man. Let me see who was y'all drop something in the chat so I can see who up in here. We got Kashaya up in here. We got Kim up in here. We got the Black Al Davis up in here. I see Don and Jim over in the Discordia. Always remember, if you're in the Discord and you got a question or want to say something, just unmute. I see Lump in here. I see more numbers than I see names, but I guess y'all bashful tonight, so we're going to go ahead and get into the price action recap. You feel me? All right, so let's jump up to the daily chart. All right, we're going to jump up to the daily, and the reason why we're jumping up to the daily is because we want to look back over here, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, right? This is Monday, and that's Monday the 30th, and we want to show our new week opening gap from the 30th, right there. That's the beginning of the week. Now, excuse me while I sip on some water. Okay. This right here is the start of our week. Right, that's the start of our week right there. That candle there. Michelle Tucker! What's going on, Michelle? That big, beefy red candle right there. Beefy red candle. That's the start of our week right there. All right, so we had Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Days were the trading days for this week. We had 4 days trading. We had a holiday on Wednesday. Wednesday was a holiday, so we had a short week, 4-day trading week. Okay. Bootcamp members, there's our swing low. There's our swing low. Now, what are we waiting for over here? Do we get what? Y'all remember, stacks on stacks, right? There's our swing low, right? Do we get what? What are we looking for? Remember that. How do you see stuff in real time? These are daily candles, right? I don't know if the people in the boot camp, I'll repeat this on our call tonight at 8. But these are daily candles, and we're looking at things play out. Same thing. Matters not what time frame you're on, right? We came down to an anticipatory reactionary point, right? That swing low right there, right? It's a relative equal low right there, right? Swing low, right? We had this candle reject off of it, right? That rejection at that anticipatory reactionary point gives you a realistic target of sending you back to the high that sent you there. Does it have to get there? No, it doesn't. But that rejection puts you into that mind frame of going back to the high that sent you there, right? Now, mind you, you got multiple highs that sent you there. You have this high right there that sent you down there, and you have that high in the range that sent you there, right? We've already accomplished one of it, right? This high that sent us here, we've already engaged it. So that's one piece of the puzzle that we've accomplished, right? And going to that high right there, or even going to that high right there, when you get this rejection, you're anticipating this candle right here to have a higher low, and there was already a higher low over there, so you're anticipating a swing low to form there, right? All based off of that, and there's your swing low. So now the next thing is what? This is how you see it in real time, even on daily charts. And for those who use the who trade like the SPY, the QQQ, we you know what? I ain't got that much time, so I'll just cover somebody that's in the boot camp who trade like the SPY. Remind me, I want to say something about the SPY and using in the SPY and the QQQ and using the ES and the NQ. Remind me of that. Hopefully done. Oh, Lump in here. Lump, remind me, Lump. So price opened up here. Price opened up here on Monday. Was 6 o'clock Sunday night. Right. We quickly start to trade down. Right. Big beefy candle on Monday, taking out Friday's low, closing well below it. Tuesday, we opened up, traded back up into the lower end of Friday's range, but respecting this new week opening gap from November the 11th, right? And came back down. Also, we traded back into this big, huge bearish order block right there, right? We also traded as in this right here, this is like a first touch, right? We came, right, created it there on this day, then this day immediately tracing back up into it. That's like a first touch type thing. First touch of the order block, first touch of the mitigation block, right? That's like a first touch. Soon as we create it, we go in and touch it and come off. That's like, that touch is based off of the lower time frames reacting off of this daily chart, right? Reacting off this daily chart. Okay. Here we traded down, right? Broke the low and then traded back up to it here, right? So we traded away, traded back up to it there. And this is trading back into it on this daily time frame there, because we went all the way down there, right, and then came back up to it. We just happened to do it all in one day, coming back up to it. All right, and then closed right there, respecting consequent encroachment of that same new week opening gap from November the 11th, right? Closed right at consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap, and just above, just a hair above Thursday's high, closing just a hair above Thursday high, right? Making it the high of today went all the way up to consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap from the 23rd of December, right? failing to get all the way back up to this week's new week opening gap, right? But if we look right there, look like we might be in a slight premium, right around equilibrium somewhere. Oh no, we're in a good premium. We're in a good little premium, right? My calibrated eye is getting a little bit off, right? I was fooled by the bodies of the candles, right? I'm looking at the bodies of the candles instead of looking at the wick. That boy got a big wick. I should have been looking at the wick. The boy got a big wick down here, right? So I was looking at the bodies of the candles, not paying attention to the wick, right? When I look at the bodies of the candles, we're in a slight premium near closing. But when I put it on the wick, we're in a deep premium. Like we had a good round of OTE. Let's see. Oh, look at that. I ain't that bad. OTE, 62 to 70, 79. We're right there in between that 62 and 70. That I ain't that bad. That boy still got that calibrated eye. All right. Now, let's go down and look at the week on a 15-minute chart. All right. Look at the week on a 15-minute chart. Let's go back. This is the beginning of the week right here. Okay. So looking at the beginning of the week, right? The beginning of the week starts right over here. Right? Beginning of the week starts right over here. Now, let's look at the weekly candle. All right. All right. This is a down close candle. Right? This is a down close candle. Right? You can see the candle. And then if it was a bar, if we was looking at a bar, right, we would have an open right there, small wick up there, long wick down here, and then a close right there. Okay? Right? So this is what the candle looks like, and this is what the bar would look like. Let me get this up a little bit. Give it a little bit of room there. A little bit more wick on the top. Right? This is what the bar would look like. Okay? Now, we got a down close candle. Right? We got a bearish bar. Right? Looking at what price did throughout the week. Right? Looking at what price did throughout the week. Here. Did I delete my line? I guess I deleted my line. All right. So this is the week right there. Would you say this was a power of 3 week? Question. That's a question. Would you say this was a power of 3 week? We know what kind of candle it was. It was a down close candle, right? And a down close candle is a open, high, low, close candle, right? That's an open, high, low, close, because on the bar you got the open, you got the high, the low, and then the close on the right, right? Would you say it's a power of 3 week? That's a question. I'm not hearing anything. I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Huh?
I'd say yes.
You would say yes. Jim says yes. Anybody agrees with Jim? Jim says yes. Does anybody agree with Jim? I'm not seeing anything in the chat. I'm not hearing anything. Jim, my boy, nobody wants to help you out. Oh, Michelle, Tucker, Kim, and Jim. I'm gonna let my pal Bugs Bunny respond to y'all. No. No. Why not? We're going to get boot camp. We're going to get into a power of three. Power three, like the last thing we're going to talk about in the boot camp. So I'm not, I ain't mad at Jim for not knowing, because we ain't got there yet. Power of three is all the way at the end of the boot camp. And see, this is why I say I want to go. Remember, Jim, when I was talking about I was going to do stuff first and then talk about it, this is why I want to talk about it first, then do something. Because if you don't know what the information is, how I'm going to test you on it. But for Michelle Tucker, for Kim, and everybody else who thought yes but was scared to share it, I got my eye on you. Remember, what constitutes the power of three? What are the three components of the power of three? What are they? Jim, do you know what the three components of the power of three are? Michelle Tucker. Mike got it.
AMD.
There you go, Jim. You know, Jim. Oh, look at Jim pulling up with the hard-hitting answers. Jim coming through with the hard-hitting answers. Hey, what you doing? AMD. Right? AMD. For those who don't know what AMD is, AMD stands for accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Okay. Oh, now I remember. Okay, I see you, Betty, right? Oh, now I remember. Right? So, AMD. Okay. So, if we don't have AMD, we don't have the power of three. Right? Just because we have an open, high, low, closed candle, or we have a open, low, high, closed candle, doesn't mean that we have a power of three. Right? The power of three is the algorithm using accumulation, manipulation, and distribution to move price during a specific dispensation of time. Okay? And what we don't have throughout this week, why do I keep deleting my line? What we don't, this is what I'm gonna do, because I keep taking my line off. I keep taking my line off. All right. Okay. So, what we don't have here, right, during this week, we don't have AMD, right? Because we do have accumulation, but then we got expansion, retracement, expansion, a consolidation or accumulation, consolidation, expansion, reversal, consolidation, expansion, reversal, right? Reversal, right? Reversal, right? We don't have a power of three, right? We got a whole lot of manipulation throughout the whole week, but we don't have like if we would have had accumulation, right? Manipulation, and then come up here, above this high over there, distribution, and close off the high, then that would be a power of 3 week. You know what I'm saying? Or in the sense of bearishness, if we would have had accumulation, right, manipulation, and then distribution all and close off the low, right, then that would have been a, you know what I'm saying, like just say accumulation, manipulation, then come down here, distribution, and close off the low, giving us a down close candle, then that would be a power of 3 week. All right. Just because we have the right color candle don't mean that we had a power of 3. Right. So don't let a lot of furus out there trick you and be calling stuff something when it's not, because things can appear to be something, but if you don't have the correct like detail about it, it's not that. It's not that. Okay, let's put our, what time is it? 7:15. Okay, good on time. Let's put our dates on here. And leave my friend alone. Ain't nobody messing with your bestie. Dent, dent. Michelle, it's my twin of them. Dent, dent. Oh my goodness. Okay, there they go down at the bottom. Okay, so here we go. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. My Saturday. All right, so this was what's going on here. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. That ain't really helping me. When I think about really can't explain why after all this time my heart still feels pain. Monday, Tuesday. When I look at you. All right. So, when you looking at price, you want to I'm glad you enjoy my melodious voice. That's why I'm singing it for you. All right. And I was singing it because I was looking at the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I saw it at the bottom and then it just popped into my head. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That popped into my head. When you're watching price, right, you want to do things in the beginning, like annotating your chart to help you be able to see the price, help you compartmentalize. Man, I shouldn't have ate them cereal. That milk coming back with a vengeance. You want to be able to compartmentalize the price action, right? So when we're looking at the week as a whole, right, we want to see it as a whole to get the entire story. But then we want, and you know, time is the most important aspect of the ICT concepts. So we want to look at it in the sense of time, right? And so we look at it as a week as a whole that formed what we know as a candle that had that opened here, had a little wick on the top, had a long wick on the bottom, and then it closed here, right? So we had a candle that looked something like that on the week, right? And then inside that weekly candle, right, you want to look at, okay, on Monday, right, we had a candle that opened here, had a little wick on the top, and it closed here, right, and had a wick on the bottom. And so the Monday candle looked something like that, right? Don't judge my drawing, right? Don't judge my drawing. Okay, I'm using a mouse. Then Tuesday, right, we opened here. On Tuesday, we had a wick that went up to there. That's the high. And then we closed somewhere around here and had a wick that came to there, right? So we had a candle that looked like that, right? Let's do this right here. All right. And then Thursday, we had a candle that opened here, had a wick up to there, all right, and then it closed here, somewhere around here, and had a wick down to there. So we had a candle that looked like that. And then Friday, we had a candle, and this one closed above. God dog it. So we're going to change the color, and we had a candle that opened here, had a little wick that went down there, and then it closed right around here and had a wick that went up to there. All right, so we got a candle that looks like that. Okay, so you want to be able to compartmentalize what you're looking at, right? When you're on the lower time frames, to keep you aware of what price has going on, right? And you want to remember this stuff. And this actually should be this right here. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Ooh, my secret. Oh, right? Should be on the end, because that's the candle that we ended up with at the end of the week, right? Even though that should be a little bit longer. Let's do this right here. Y'all know my OCD ain't gonna let me not fix that. All right. All right, you want to get to the point where you can look at the lower charts and still identify where you are in the sense of the higher time frame narrative, right? Because all of this price here on this 15-minute chart makes up this one daily candle, and day 2 and day 3 and day 4, right? And then all 4 of these days make up this one weekly candle right there, right? But when you look at this one daily candle right there, you don't get all of this detail of what price is doing, right? This one daily candle is not giving you all of this detail of what price is doing during this small dispensation in time, right? But if you get a bunch of daily candles together, right, then a bunch of daily candles, right, can show you what's going on weekly levels, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is 1 week, right? We had 4 days last week too because of a holiday. This is a week. 1, 2, 3. Got 5 days that time. This is a week, right? So that's 1, 2, 3 weeks, right? And let's just get another week for the fun of it, right? Let's do this. Uh-oh. All right. So we have, that's a week there. That's a week there. And that's a week there. And that's a week there. All right. Now, if you look at individual weekly candles, those individual weekly candles don't give you a lot of detail about what happened during that week. But these daily candles, right, give you more detail about what happened during that week. And if you go down 2 time frames from a weekly to a 4-hour count chart, right, and look inside those, why didn't they come down? Why didn't they come down? We got about 30 minutes before we got to start. Right now, if we go to a 4-hour chart, like to look at what the week, get more detail of what the week did, right? Go 2 time frames down from the find that on there. Okay. Connect those over there. Okay. Now, on a 4-hour chart, now you can see this 2 time frames down from the weekly. Now you can see more detail about what those weekly candles did, right? So this is this week, right, that we're looking at here. That was this week where we did all that drawing initially. This was last week. That was the week prior to that. And that was the week prior to that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks worth of time on a 4-hour chart. But now you can see the detail of what happened during those time frames. And like this week here, right, that's a power of 3 week because you got accumulation, manipulation, right, and then distribution up there, right, down and up. You had that Judas swing in there, right? Same thing here, right? Same thing there. Okay, this one here, not so much. This one here, not so much. All right. So you had 2 power of 3 weeks here, and then just, 2 weeks. Every week ain't got to be a power of 3. Every move ain't got to be a power of 3. All right. But just being able to identify the signatures, you always want to be able to look at the detail, but not lose sight of the narrative, right? You go up for narrative, down for detail. Okay, let's go back to the 15-minute chart. All right, we got it all broke down. I think I might have moved the wrong thing earlier. No, I didn't. All right. So here we are on Monday. Right, on Monday. This is our new week opening gap there. Right, price kind of just like in a tight little range, slowly bled down. Right, it slowly bled down, working inside this 15-minute imbalance for a really long time. Right, you see there's a 15-minute imbalance there where we just worked inside of it, and then we finally got below it, and we still worked from the bottom side of it, and then price sold off, taking out this sell side. Right, we took out the sold off, taking out the sell side from this. Appears to be some type of weekly low. I'm not sure just by looking at it. So Friday, no, yes. Oh, it'd be close. Yes, that'll be a week, because this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And we sold down below there. Yes, taking out a weekly low. Right, we came down, took out a weekly low. Right, I don't need my candles right now. Right, sold down, taking out a weekly low here. Right, traded back up, dropped down, took out a short-term low, and then retraced back up into the premium of the range. Right, took out the low, took out the sell side, traded back up into the premium of the range, traded down, and then consolidated from the end. The end of the New York afternoon, and consolidated all the way up until the London time frame. Right, just consolidate, long consolidation period right there, kind of like a take your money time. Right, then we had a nice displacement up into this new week opening gap from November the 11th. Right, remember we was talking about that new week opening gap earlier. We said price had traded up into it. Right, then we sold off again, taking out the sell side liquidity. Once we took out the sell side liquidity that we had created early in the week, price consolidated there from roughly lunchtime on Tuesday all the way up until the end of day on Tuesday. Right, started out Thursday's trading 6 p.m. Wednesday night. God dog it, I keep hitting the wrong button. Right, started out Thursday's trading on Wednesday night, dropped down, taking out the sell side. Right, took out the sell side, then we quickly rallied, and then we quickly rallied up until about 9:45, 10 o'clock. Then we started making a slow grind up until roughly the London kill zone around 1:30 or so. Then we just kind of consolidated, take your money time, all the way up until like 6:30 in the morning, where price quickly rallied back to, yes again, that new day opening gap from November the 11th. After hitting a new day opening gap, price retraced away up until like 8:15, pulled back into the premium of that small range that it had just made, and then quickly sold off all the way down around the 9:30 open or so, creating relative equal lows. Right, quickly pulled back into the range, back up into a bearish order block right there at 9:45. So just before 9:30, or right at the 9:30 candle, right, from 8:15 to 9:30, price dropped. Right, which really would have been 9:45. From 8:15 to 9:45, price dropped, creating that relative equal low. Quickly rallied back up into the range to a bearish order block. Right, at 9:45, 9:50, price dropped again. Right, set relative equal lows inside the New York range, right? Not taking out the relative equal low that it had made with the overnight or the whole daily range thus far. Traded back up into a premium and a of the range into a bearish fair value gap, also manipulating out short-term sell side, right? Came above a short-term high, traded back up into the range and traded into a fair value gap. If you look farther to the left, we also traded into a bearish breaker, right? Then price quickly sold off, right? Taking out the sell side and making what we now know to be the low of the week on Thursday during lunchtime. We now know that to be the low of the week because we don't go any lower on Friday, right? Then price rallied after distributing the positions. How do you know it distributed positions, Tim? Because once we came down below the sell side, price retraced back into the range a little bit, showing that positions were offset or distributed and created a short retracement. Right now, Friday's trading opened up. Right, we pulled back a little bit, did not take out the sell side that was created in the afternoon. Right, quickly rallied above the buy side that was created in the afternoon. Right, slight pullback. Right, slight pullback, did not come into a discount, and then we just consolidated all the way up until 9:15. Right, all the way up until 9:15. At 9:15, price quickly rallied. Right, taking out the buy side liquidity. Right, the first step of internal left that buy side liquidity there. Boot camp members, we was talking about this today, about price drawing towards this buy side right here, right? Talked about using the Timonucci tools, right? Talked about using the Timonucci tools, right? And if we go there, put it on the middle, right? That's what we was talking about. Price coming there, and where did price go? Right there. Oh my goodness, this stuff really works. Right, so we rallied, okay, taking out that buy side there, but then price immediately dropped back down, right? Immediately drop back down right there. Now, what, right, if, question for everybody on here, if Picasso lives here, right? If Picasso lives here and price rallies like this right here, right? So now let's look at time here. This is 9 o'clock. 9:15, 9:30, 9:45. So you have this is your, let's do it like this. This right here is your 9 o'clock candle, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 candles, that green candle, green candle, green candle, red candle. That's your 9 o'clock candle, right? Let's make that a green candle because it closed higher than it opened. All right, so we're going to make that green. Look like I see the chat moving over there, but I can't see it, so I'll look at the chat in just a second. All right, so if Picasso lives here, right, and we're anticipating price to come here, and we get this strong move up at 9 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock when we close at 9 o'clock, right, price comes all the way up here and then closes there, right? So if the 8 o'clock candle closed there and a 9 o'clock candle closed there, right? And we start getting this strong move down there, right? So now we got 2, 3. Okay. We get this strong move down here and then close there. What, on looking at this 15-minute time frame, what would you anticipate this move right here being? MFA has a book value of no, not a retrace.
Would that be an immediate rebalance?
You would be anticipating it to be an immediate rebalance. You wouldn't know for sure yet, but you would be anticipating that to be in it. Somebody get Michael Anthony out of here. Somebody get Michael Anthony out of here. Michael Anthony out here advertising something with some dividends and some and something. We don't do that over here, Michael Anthony. Get out, got the chat moving. I'm thinking somebody asking questions. He out here, crypto car, dividend 350 every quarter car, crypto car. Hey, I got 20 minutes, right? So good. Look at Jim. Come, man, Jim, what are you doing in the boot camp, Jim? You know this stuff, man. What you doing in the boot camp, Jim? Come on, man. Jim out here pulling up with the hard-hitting answers, right? So, right, you will be looking at this right here as a possible immediate rebalance, right? Why? Because we look at signatures and we put the stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. We sit the blocks on blocks on blocks on blocks, and we build our narrative, right? We've already determined by looking at what price did. We said, hey, price is consolidating right here for a really long time. That has to be some type of equilibrium. So price potentially could be drawn into there. And then when we get consolidation and expansion, boot camp, we haven't covered this yet, but gang, somebody pull up. Somebody from the gang that know they stuff, get in the chat right now, besides Jim. No, get in the chat right now and tell me this is consolidation and then expansion. What is expansion paired with? Somebody tell me, what is expansion paired with? Come on, gang. I see Wells J Rock in there. I see Don in there. I see Miss V in there. I want somebody to answer besides Jim. Somebody in the gang who know the answers. I'm not going to read the chat. Somebody in the gang who know the answers, unmute and tell me what it is.
Order block.
Order blocks. Order blocks. Expansion is paired with order blocks, right? And looky, who stole the freaking cookie? If we look right here, right? If you have a consolidation, right? And you leave that consolidation with a bullish displacement, expansion plus imbalance, bullish displacement, what rests at or near the equilibrium of that consolidation? A bullish order block, right? And when we got this expansion, right, and we said this move here is a possible immediate rebalance because this move said, I want to go up, right? We retrace back down. Looky, who stole the freaking cookie? We got a fair value gap here, right? we got a fair value gap here, right there. A bullish fair value gap. Let me make it big so y'all can see. Right? We have a bullish fair value gap right there. Right? Anytime really you want to see the sensitivity of the order block at the wick. Right? You want to see the sensitivity at the wick of the order block. Right? But especially when it's overlapping with an imbalance. Right? Especially when it's overlapping with an imbalance. Right? So you have, this is your entire order block right here. That's your entire order block right there. Right? You want to see the sensitivity in the wick, especially when it's overlapping with an imbalance. Right? So you got a bullish imbalance in line with a bullish order block. The wick of the order block is inside the imbalance. So if it's exceedingly bullish, you want to see that sensitivity right there, right? And because you've already determined by putting your stacks on stacks on stacks, right? We have taken liquidity here, right? We've came up here and we're not showing a willingness to go down. We are continuing to keep pushing through highs and respecting all of the down close candles, right? Price is showing us that it has switched into a buy program, right? So we start to consolidate and we expand away with displacement. Right? We've already said because of this, we're expecting price to come here, right? We get an expansion with imbalances, giving us a displacement, giving us an order block, and then we immediately trade back down to, what do we trade to? Oh my goodness, I got to make it bigger so we can all see it together. Oh my goodness, we trade back down to the bullish order block. So when price comes down to the bullish order block and you're anticipating on a hourly time frame that this retracement can be a possible immediate rebalance, right? Now let's go to the hourly candles. Oh my freaking goodness. Whenever we see a possible immediate rebalance, this candle closed there with a possibility to make a fair value gap this big, and then we immediately trade back down into that candle's high, right? We want to see the next candle at the latest 2 candles over get away from that area. And what did it do? Got away from that area. So this was in fact your immediate rebalance, right? So you should have been looking for reasons to buy and get long up into your target. Oh my freaking goodness. This stuff really works, man. This stuff freaking works. Hey, man. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. Hey, man, if y'all ain't getting nothing out of this, I'm sorry. I'm not the mentor for you. I can't call. Boy, look at here. Boy, look at here. I feel like I just ate some black-eyed peas and collard greens with rice on New Year's Day. Oh yeah, I forgot I did eat that, cause we had our black-eyed peas, collard greens, and rice. Turnip greens, really. We had the traditional folk meal. Hey man, anybody got anything for me? I got 10 minutes before we got to get started with the boot camp. The boot camp lecture, should I say. Got 10 minutes before we got to get started with the boot camp lecture. Thanks for the refresher, Tim. I've been working so hard and I don't have time to study like I want to. Thank you for always giving me a good refresher. I don't know why I look like this stuff work, man. I don't know why I look, man. This stuff is a farce, man. This ain't no such thing as an algorithm, man. I don't know what's going on, man. Hey, that's all I got, man. I don't see nothing in the chat. As far as questions, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I see we had a few people tapped in on the tick of the talks. I appreciate everybody that tapped in on the tick of the talks. Hey, it's Friday. What's up, Carl Payne? What about Nvidia chart? What about I don't trade Nvidia. What about it? I don't trade Nvidia, and I don't take chart references from the chat. I trade futures. Hey, I'm about to get ready to go hang out with the boot camp members for the last lecture of the week. Boot camp members, we're about to talk about the blocks. We're talking about the blocks, mitigation blocks, order blocks, breaker blocks. We're talking about the blocks. I will see y'all. What's the day? Friday. I will see y'all Monday. What's up? Welcome, Carl Payne. Welcome. We all we do is I just talk about this is the intraday price session recap. So we just recap what price did on the futures. I trade the NQ primarily, but we do look at the ES because I used to trade the ES, and we got some members in the gang. Now we ain't looking at Jenny from the block. We got some members in the gang that still trade the ES, so we do look at the ES. But here's a pro tip, Carl Payne. The concepts that we talk about, if the instrument or the asset has price action, these concepts work. So you can use the concepts to trade Nvidia. You can use them to trade Apple. You can use them to trade anything that has price, especially if they are market movers, because the market movers move just like the market. So what you're seeing on the market, it looks vaguely familiar because the market movers chart are very close to what the market is doing, right? So it's like almost looking at a mirror. So you can look at the market and be like, okay, if the market does this, then that means this is going to do that. But you can use the concepts on Nvidia and Tesla and all them other great volatile stocks. And with that, I yield my time. I thank you all for pulling up. Please join me again Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of the Intraday Price Action Recap. January gonna be busy for me. I'm a busy man in January. Man, I'm doing the boot camp. Still got the mentorship. Still got the gang. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I was thinking. Talk about doing a boot camp for a whole month straight. I don't know. This is I'm tired already. Hey, y'all know I be putting you on the spot. The main thing I'm tired of. Gang, y'all do it to me every time. I started talking about this boot camp at the beginning of December, and people started signing up, right? And I had people on December 31st, on January 1st, on January 2nd. Hey, Tim, I changed my mind. I want to do the boot camp. Can you let me in? I gave you a month. And then I said, give me your YouTube email address. And they give me the email address, and now 500 people, everybody, hey, Tim, I need to change my email. And I done did 12 videos already. So now I got to go back and change emails on all these videos. I gave you the wrong email. I need to check. I need my YouTube to be DennisRodmanGotACoochie.com, and I need my Zoom to be your mama got one eye and one leg, and they call her Eileen. Y'all got HR and tech support for TLR going crazy. Hey, I just got a notification saying my thing started 5 minutes. Hey, gang, I appreciate y'all. Y'all the bee's knees. And yeah, we the boot camp been doing real good. Hopefully we got everything straight with everybody. Hopefully everybody can see the videos like they're supposed to. If you can't see the videos like you're supposed to, let me know, because if I don't have your right information, you're not gonna be able to see the videos. You're not gonna be able to join the Zooms. I got it locked down for just the people that's in the boot camp, right? So make sure I got your right information. I don't want you missing out. And make sure your notifications on. Check your junk mail. Somebody reached out to me and was like, hey, I didn't get a notification. Check your junk, because the Zoom notifications go to your email. I do try to make sure I post the link inside the Discord, but the notification goes to your email. And when I was testing it on myself, it kept going to my junk mail. So check your junk mail. Do whatever you got to do to let it know, like, hey, this Zoom is not junk. I don't know how to do that no more. They used to be able to say not spam or whatever. I don't know if they still do that. I don't know if you got to add it to your contacts, or I don't know. But because it sends it out in a blast of everybody that's in the boot camp. And a lot of times if your email sees that it's got multiple people on there, and say, oh, this spam, and send it to the junk mail folder, right? So trying to keep all the bases covered. I try to remember to post the link in the Discord, but it's like I'm doing 50 million things, and I may forget to post. Like last night, my brother called me and was like, hey, I don't see the slides from tonight. I'm like, I thought I put it in the folder. I didn't put it in the folder, so I had to go put it in the folder, right? So, hey, and with the Zooms, if you don't get the link, you miss it, because the Zoom, you got to go back and watch the replay, because the Zoom is real time, right? So make sure you check your junk mail. Hey, man, I'd like to thank y'all for hanging out with your boy Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. That's Big Spot if you don't hablo español. Until the next time I decide to get on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts in this thing they call price action. Y'all be safe. I ain't these trading streets.